What's going on, everybody? Welcome back into Byerly Studios. So I'm going to do something a little bit different with this video. Now, this is going to be an unboxing of a new product that I want to try here in the studio. Nothing super expensive, just something just easy to get me by for now until I get something a little bit bigger and badder along the way to my dream studio, right? So, as you know, on YouTube, I don't have enough followers or subscribers to go live yet. Eventually I will, eventually I might, but we'll see. As of right now, not this time. So TikTok is where I do go live when I go live for any of my artwork pieces here. But the dilemma I've always had is that you can only go live with the one account that you have on any one device. And you can't have multiple screens going at the same time. And what I mean by that is, so I can either choose to show myself on the screen, or I can choose to show the item that I'm making. As an artist, I want to give you, the viewer, when you're viewing my live, the best view of the project or the canvas or anything that I'm working on at the time, right? So what I want to do is I want to experiment with the option of having a second device and second account with TikTok, and then I would co-host and main host on two separate devices. So you see the item that I'm making, and then the actual view of me in the studio, moving around, getting paint, mixing paint, doing things like that. So I've reached out to TikTok. They have not got back to me. I'm just going to go with it. I'm just going to run with it, and we'll see where it takes us. I just now got that second account up to 1,000 followers. So this is where I'm going to begin the process of trying to see if and when I can create this kind of look that I'm going for. So I want to have my secondary camera up a little bit higher. So I have some shelving here. I'm going to post a little video of that in the top right hand corner here before I change the camera angle here. And I want to have that up high enough to where it has a downward angle of me, so that they can possibly get a sneak peek of what I'm working on at the crafting station, while also, seeing me at the same time, right? So it's kind of like a bird's eye view. And then the other one's going to be more zoomed in, detailed on my hands when I'm working with, or on the canvas over here. So it's going to be experimentation. Eventually, I'll probably want to put like a little bar across the entire shelving unit that I can use to slide my armature arms back and forth. That's right, armature arms. So just a brief description. So when I first started the studio here, when I started recording for TikTok and YouTube, I had ordered a two boom arm armatures from Amazon, like a double kit. One is the halo light here, and that is what I'm currently using for my projects. It does what it needs to do. It has multiple modes, cool, warm, light, and then you can dim it and brighten it as you need to. So it has a lot of versatility. And that wiring is tucked behind, and it is attached to the top shelf up above us. I'll post another video of that right here. All sorts of little videos on top of videos. So what I want to do is I have a secondary boom arm because the camera holder broke for one of them, so I ordered an aftermarket one. It's a lot better quality than the ones that come with. But with that, I also ordered another boom arm as well. So I have one mounted over to the side. And what I did is today, this is where you're probably want to see the unboxing, and so I'll probably leave that timestamp in the description below. So this is what I got here, guys. All right, so let's jump into the review here. So this is a Vivitar 2-in-1 vlogging desk lamp that I had bought from Walmart. It has multiple features here. The camera mount kind of rotates in all directions. It has a built-in halo light, and then also has a bending neck towards the top of the armature there. It has a halo light there. You'll see also, even on the picture of the box, it has it's not one continuous light all the way around. It's got little bulbs in place, and those are spaced about 1 inch or so apart. So the actual ring is not fully uniform in light, but it does give a very, very bright, cool light. So here I'm just showing you the back of the box. LED bright light, foldable top gooseneck, rotating mount for the phone. It has a USB charger, and then also has an on and off switch. And then in the box you just have the lamp itself, the instructions, and the power cord. So let's just open this bad boy up here, and we'll get it set up and see what it looks like. Pretty simple. It's a very big box for what it is. Right off the bat, I do not like that it has silver. Most of my furniture and items in my studio here are gray, gunmetal gray, or maybe like a white furniture color. It's not a make it or break it, so I may paint it later if I really get settled into it and I really plan to like it. The back of the phone mount, it just has a wing nut there that you just use to tighten it down to the arm there, and then only the top part of the gooseneck actually bends. So this was kind of a disappointment to me because I wanted to place it on the second shelf of my studio shelving there, and the shelving spacing is not tall enough for that to adequately work. It works okay, but I'm having to bend the gooseneck to its maximum all the way over for it to fit there. But I may change things up over time, so I may put it up there, try it out for a while, and just see if the camera angle is the way that I want it. The shelves, I did not make them very deep, so this actual circular base actually hangs over a little bit. It's okay. I may mention this again in a moment, but I really don't like that it overhangs. It could catch on something, and it just kind of looks like kind of awkward. But overall, the design's not horrible. It feels like it would sit steady on the desk, and I don't think it would be susceptible to falling over. Now here I am. I cleared off a little section of the second shelf, and you can see I'm trying to fit this in. So as I said before, I really have to bend that over to the maximum to get it to fit. And then the circular base there, you can see it hangs over quite a bit. I could build something just fun, like a foam shelf or a cliff or something that hangs off. But then that would raise the profile of the shelf even more, which means that the gooseneck would have to be bent over even more. I don't mind. I tested this out, and I may go back and forth between this and my second option here, just because I don't know how I want it to be angled. I may just use the second boom arm just to get a higher angle if I decide to go with that route. So for now, I'm going to decide to put it on the actual desk itself, pushed all the way back to the back, and I'm going to go ahead and kind of configure that how I may want that to be. All right, so this might be how I set it up. And so I went ahead and kind of wiped everything down. I hit it with a vacuum to make sure there wasn't any kind of debris or dust or particles back there. And now I'm going to go ahead and get ready to get it positioned truly how I want it to be for now. And then I'm going to start running the wires behind the desk itself. So everything that I use here is going to be stationary unless I decide to put it up on the second shelf. It's going to stay where it is permanently and it's not going to move. So I'm going to go ahead and run a lightning cord for my iPhone that I'm going to use here. Now this is a secondary phone that I have, so it is going to be staying here at all times. It will never move. It is solely only for storage for video content and to give me a second camera view of my studio. So I may put a little clip there to keep that cord in place, but for now it'll do it. It'll do what I need it to do. Now, the package or the box that it comes with, it does not have a plug block. So if you want to plug this into an electrical outlet, you would have to have one of those blocks separate, or your power strip will have to have a USB 2.0 connector there. So you have to have something to plug that cord into. Otherwise, it's a pretty simple setup. Now here it is how it pretty much set up. It's pretty much stationary in place. I'm gonna go ahead and hit the video, and it would kind of give you just an idea of what it would look like if it were facing me while I'm on TikTok Live. Overall, it's not a horrible design. It's pretty sleek. It's pretty, you know, it doesn't draw the eye too much. So here I am kind of just hitting the record button, and I'm going to pop that into the top right hand corner here so you can kind of see a screen on screen action here of just having fun with the video content. But you can see that although the camera angle may be coming down from the left for the item that I'm working on, this does give a decent view of me. I did test it on the second shelf, like I said before, and it was just a little bit too much of an angle. You got to remember that the camera mount for this device cannot be angled. So when you put it on, when you put your phone in, unless you angle it in the pads of the actual clamp itself, you can't angle your phone downward unless you want to bend that the rod before it goes into the gooseneck curve. Which you could do that, it means you just have to be careful not to damage it in any way or damage the wiring. Here's the halo light. You can actually see that the halo lighting is sectioned off.
You can see the actual individual bulbs create their own light, but it's not horrible. It does not have a dimming feature, and it does not have a different lighting feature where you can change it from warm to light to cool light. I was thinking about maybe putting a piece of parchment paper or something over this that had been toned, and then that would give me the desired warm light effect. I prefer warm light over cool light. It's to each their own, but that's just what I want. But for the most part, for $9 to $10 for a cheap phone mount for vlogging, whatever kind of art form or content you're creating, this is not a bad product. It works out quite well. It's very easy to set up. I do wish that the power cord came with a power block for an actual electrical socket, but I have one spare laying around, so it works out. Here's a glamour shot of what it looks like. I give this item probably about a 7 out of 10. I just wish that the light had a dimming feature and had different light capabilities. Overall, still an item that I'd probably buy again if I had the option to, and I think it's going to last a while and it meets the needs that I have in the studio. I really do hope y'all enjoyed this very first product review from Byerly Studios. I may give an update later on in another video of how this little halo light and camera mount is holding up, maybe a year from now or so. But otherwise, thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe. And if you want to, definitely go out and pick up one of these Vivitar 3-in-1 vlog camera mounts. They're pretty good.